Book 1, Part 1, Chapter number 14th, Conflict with the Sangha. 8 years had passed by since Siddharth was made a member of the Shakya Sangha. He was a very devoted and steadfast member of the Sangha. He took the same interest in the affairs of the Sangha as he did in his own. His conduct as a member of the Sangha was exemplary and he had endeared himself to all. In the 8th year of his membership, an event occurred which resulted in a tragedy for the family of Shuddhodhan and a crisis in the life of Siddharth. This is the origin of the tragedy. Bordering on the state of the Shakyas was the state of the Kolyas. The two kingdoms were divided by the river Rohini. The waters of the Rohini were used by both the Shakyas and the Kolyas for irrigating their fields. Every season there used to be disputes between them as to who should take the water of the Rohini first and how much. These disputes resulted in quarrels and sometimes in affrays. In the year when Siddharth was 28, there was a major clash over the waters between the servants of the Shakyas and the servants of the Kolyas. Both sides suffered injuries. Coming to know of this, the Shakyas and the Kolyas felt that the issue must be settled once for all by war. The Senapati of the Shakyas therefore called a session of the Shakya Sangha to consider the question of declaring war on the Kolyas. Addressing the member of the Sangha, the Senapati said, "Our people have been attacked by the Kolyas and they had to retreat. Such acts of aggression by the Kolyas have taken place more than once. We have tolerated them so far. But this cannot go on. It must be stopped, and the only way to stop it is to declare war against the Kolyas. I propose that the Sangha do declare war on the Kolyas. Those who wish to oppose may speak." Siddharth Gautam rose in his seat and said, "I oppose this resolution. War does not solve any question. Waging war will not serve our purpose. It will sow the seeds of another war. The slayer gets a slayer in his turn. The conqueror gets one who conquers him. A man who despoils is despoiled in his turn." Siddharth Gautam continued, "I feel that the Sangha should not be in haste to declare war on the Kolyas. Careful investigation should be made to ascertain who is the guilty party. I hear that our men have also been aggressors. If this be true, then it is obvious that we too are not free from blame." The Senapati replied, "Yes, our men were the aggressors. But it must not be forgotten that it was our turn to take the water first." Siddharth Gautam said, "This shows that we are not completely free from blame. I therefore propose that we elect 2 men from us, and the Kolyas should be asked to elect 2 from them, and the 4 should elect a 5th person, and this should settle the dispute." The amendment moved by Siddharth Gautam was duly seconded. But the Senapati opposed the amendment, saying, "I am sure that this menace of the Kolyas will not end unless they are severely punished." The resolution and the amendment had therefore to be put to vote. The amendment moved by Siddharth Gautam was put first. It was declared lost by an overwhelming majority. The Senapati next put his own resolution to vote. Siddharth Gautam again stood up to oppose it. "I beg the Sangha," he said, "not to accept the resolution. The Shakyas and the Kolyas are close relations. It is unwise that they should destroy each other." The Senapati encountered the plea urged by Siddharth Gautam. He stressed that in war, the Kshatriya cannot make a distinction between relations and strangers. They must fight even against brothers for the sake of their kingdom. Performing sacrifices is the duty of the Brahmins, fighting is the duty of the Kshatriyas, trading is the duty of the Vaishyas, and service is the duty of Shudra. There is merit in each class forming its duty. Such is the injunction of our Shastras. Siddharth replied, Dharma, as I understand it, consists in recognizing that enmity does not disappear by enmity. It can be conquered by love only. The Senapati, getting impatient, said, It is unnecessary to enter upon this philosophical disquisition. The point is that Siddharth is opposed to my resolution. Let us ascertain what the Sangha has to say about it by putting it to vote. Accordingly, the Senapati put his resolution to vote. It was declared carried by an overwhelming majority.